Good evening. My name is Ed Borkowski, Troop Committee Chairman of Troop 542 and Troop 541. I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening to the Eagle Court of Honor for Charlie Chang, Raymond Zhao, Jason Sergio. This time I'd like to introduce Amos Wong, pastor of the China Grace Christian Church, who will do our invitation.
Let's pray together. Dear Heavenly Father, gracious Lord, we stand before you tonight in awe of your magnificent glory. We give thanks to you for allowing us to be here together for the Eagle Scout Court of Honor for Charlie Chang, Jason Sergio, and Raymond Zhao. We ask that you would bless these young men, their families, and the Scouts leaders and guests who are assembled here. We are thankful for the Boy Scouts of America organization and the opportunity it supplies to young men to develop skills, friendship, leadership, and character. Thank you for the hard work, friendship, and leadership that three of them have given to Troop 442 and 542 and 541. We ask you to continue to bless them and bless our troops as you have blessed us in the past. We also pray that these young men's accomplishments will inspire others here to follow their lead and strive for excellence in their own lives. We pray this in the name of Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. This time I introduce our Senior Patrol Leader, Michael Robinson.
Please rise. Face the flag. Resolute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Scout raise hand. Raise the Scout sign. All my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, to follow the people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Establish trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Thank you, Michael. And to give us a little background on the Eagle Award, Stu Chris, District Commissioner of Baden Powell District, Cradle of Liberty County.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank everyone from Troop 542 inviting me to this glorious occasion. Certainly is very special to be part of any young Scouts Eagle Court of Honor. You'll have to excuse me as most of the time I am just sitting in the audience and this is my first time actually speaking. Charlie, Jason, and Raymond, I want to congratulate you on reaching this high honor in Scouting. I'd also like to congratulate the parents as well. Walking the Eagle Trail is no easy task for any Scout. It is difficult with all the busy schedules that each Scout has, from extracurricular school activities to sports to family and friends. It takes dedication, time, and perseverance. Today, you will become one of 2.5 million to have earned this prestigious Scouting honor. You will join the likes of astronaut Neil Armstrong, Olympian Willie Banks, 38th President Gerald Ford, Academy Award film director Michael Moore, and Steven Spielberg, to just name a few. The biggest benefit that a young man gets when he earns his Eagle Scout rank is that he is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. He embodies the Scout law, and that makes him a man of strong character. These traits will help him in everything he does, from husband and father to employee to community leader. Eagle Scouts value perseverance, discipline, motivation, leadership, accountability, and achievement. and those lead to tangible benefits such as college admission offers to recognize the award and consider it in their decisions. Being an Eagle Scout won't make up for poor grades, but it will give the boy an advantage. The officers may not know about other awards a young man has won or organizations he's in, but they recognize the Eagle Scout rank. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, Stu. Now, to introduce our Eagle Scouts, our Scoutmaster, John Schultz.
All right. Good evening. I'm going to ask our escort, Nathan Rusick, to please escort our first Eagle Scout, Charlie Chang, to the stage. Okay. Charlie joined Troop 542 in September of 2011. Over his time here, he's earned a total of 22 merit badges, his favorite of which being citizenship in the community. Some leadership responsibilities that he's held include assistant instructor, troop guide, and patrol leader. He's attended Resca Falls Summer Camp with us 5 times now, and also is one of few scouts to have earned the Grand Slam Award for High Adventure, which means that he has attended 4 high adventure bases: the Summit Echo Reserve in West Virginia, the Northern Tier, Sea Base in Florida, and Philmont Scout Ranch. One of his favorite memories in scouting was completing his Philmont trek with a great crew as well. His leadership project included leading 40 volunteers to plant over 100 trees at Robbins Park in Ambler to help the Upper Dublin Township reforestation efforts. He currently attends University of Pittsburgh, studying biological science. Some interests include watching baseball and reading. One of his goals is, when he completes his education at the University of Pittsburgh, to one day become a doctor or a researcher to be able to help others with those skills. He's most proud of summoning Baldy at Philmont Scout Ranch with his crew, and a few words of wisdom he would like to pass on to some of the scouts coming up behind him would be to make sure that when you leave this troop that you leave it better than how you found it. Charlie Chang, folks. Up next, Nate, if you can please escort Raymond Zhao to the stage. Raymond joined Troop 542 in March of 2012, and over his time here, he's earned a total of 26 merit badges, his favorite of which being Game Design Merit Badge. Some leadership responsibilities include scribe and assistant senior patrol leader. He's attended Resca Falls Summer Camp with us for 3 years. He also has attended the Philmont Scout Ranch in New Mexico and was the crew leader with his crew while out there. One of his favorite memories in scouting includes winning his first gourmet cooking competition with the Cougar Patrol early on in his scouting career. His leadership project was to work with the Greater Philadelphia Chinese Culture Center in a beautification project on their landscaping around the facilities there. He currently attends American University, and he's studying marketing. Some of his interests outside of school and scouting include badminton, attending speaking events, and reading as well. One of his goals in the future is to find a business-related internship location that he can study further during the summertime. He's most proud of having everyone in his crew successfully complete the Philmont trek safe and sound. And a few words of wisdom that he would pass on would be to observe what you can in every waking moment. Raymond Zhao, folks. And finally, our third Eagle Scout tonight, Nathan, would you please escort Jason Sergio to the stage here. Jason joined Troop 542 in the spring of 2013. He was in TAC 410 before that. Over his time here, he has earned a total of 71 merit badges, one of his favorites of which being engineering. Some leadership responsibilities include the patrol leader of the Python Patrol, the scribe, and most recently, and still, a junior assistant scoutmaster with responsibilities to help guide and lead the new scribe in his role. He's attended Rescue Falls so far with us 7 times, and has also attended 3 high-adventure bases, including Philmont Scout Ranch, the Summit Petrel Reserve, and Sea Base in Florida. And this coming summer, he'll be heading to Philmont and also the World Scout Jamboree at the Summit Petrel Reserve. One of his favorite memories is climbing and summiting Mount Baldy at Philmont Scout Ranch with his crew. His leadership service project for his Eagle rank included leading construction of terraces for erosion control at the Jarrett Nature Center. He currently attends Hatboro Horsham High School, where he's finishing up his junior year and will be a senior next year. His interests include running and hiking. One of his goals in the very near future is to finish high school strong and have a great senior year next year. His most proud moment in scouting was to successfully complete his Eagle project and show strong leadership throughout. And a few words of wisdom that Jason mentioned he would pass on to some of the younger scouts here is to make sure that you finish all of your Eagle required merit badges soon in your scouting career rather than later, so that you don't have to worry about those last minute and focus on some of the ones that you want to pick for fun. So Jason Sergio first.
To help us understand the requirements through each of the rank advancements up to Eagle Scout is Assistant Scoutmaster Arnold Hotchkiss. Sorry.
Thanks, Ed. First of all, I want to offer my personal congratulations to all 3 of these scouts. I've worked very closely with them, and I'm very proud of them tonight. Tonight, we're here to recognize 3 outstanding young men who have attained the highest achievement in Boy Scouts in America, that of Eagle Scout. In order to understand what that journey entails, we've asked members of Troop 542 to come forward to talk about the different ranks. Gentlemen, please come up. Thank you. First, representing the rank of Scout is Lauren Lee.
To become a Boy Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by understanding and agreeing to live by the Scout Oath, law, motto, and outdoor code, show my intention to participate in Scouting by joining the troop, learn some Scout skills including repeating the Pledge of Allegiance, demonstrating the Scout sign, salute, and hand clasp, tying a square knot, describing the elements of the Scout badge, and completing some exercises with my parents on prevention of child abuse.
Thank you, Lauren. Excellent job. The next Scout is Dean Rococo, who will tell you about the tenderfoot rank.
To move tenderfoot, I had to show Scout spirit by memorizing and beginning to live by the Scout Oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. Learn about my patrol and become active in it. Participate in scouting by learning about my patrol, attending meetings, and attending at least one trip where I slept in a tent. I pitched myself and helped cook one of my patrol's meals. I learned some basic scout skills related to outdoor safety, camping, cooking, knot tying, hiking, displaying of the flag, physical fitness, basic first aid, and I used the EDGE method to teach another skill.
Thank you, Dean. I apologize if I butchered your last name. Our next Scout is Matt Gregg, who will tell you about the rank of second class.
To become a second-class scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout Oath, law, motto, and outdoor code, participate in scouting by attending meetings and a total of 5 activities since joining, learn some additional scout skills related to care for the outdoors, camping, cooking, map and compass, use of knife, axe, and saw, firebuilding, hiking, participating in a flag ceremony, wild animal identification, basic swimming and swimming safety, intermediate first aid. Participate in a school or community program related to substance abuse. Earn some money and save a portion. Show community service by participating in a service project for at least 1 hour.
Thanks, Matt. Great job. The next scout is David Wappen, who will tell you about the first class rank.
To become a first class, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code, and inviting someone to join our troop. Participating in an hour in scouting by attending meetings and a total of 10 activities since joining and demonstrating leave no trace principles. Learning even more scout skills related to finding directions without a compass, orienteering, nutrition, food storage, food handling, and cooking. Serving as my patrol's cook for an entire week. Learning the duties of a citizen and public official, wild plant identification, making projects using rope and lashes, swimming and water safety, advanced first aid, learning about internet safety, and cyberbullying.
Thank you, David. Fantastic job. Up to this point, the Scouts are learning basic skills such as cooking, first aid, and knot tying. With the star rank, the focus changes ever more to advanced skills such as leadership becoming more important. Our star representative is Jason's brother, Kyle Sergio.
To become a Star Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. Participate in scouting by being active in my troop and my patrol for 4 months while first class scout. Learn advanced skills by earning a total of 6 merit badges, including 4 from the list required for Eagle. Typical 6 merit badges for a Star Scout would be swimming, citizenship in the community, life-saving, family life, basketry, and outdoor working. Show community service by participating in a service project for at least 6 hours while first class scout. Demonstrate leadership by serving in the troop for 4 months and improve leadership positions such as assistant patrol leader, librarian, historian, or gun chief.
Thank you, Kyle. I have to tell a quick story because Kyle told me before the ceremony tonight that he's going to beat his brother as far as the number of merit badges. He already looked at the cards for the next 2 scouts to see what they're going to say when they tell you about the life rank next. So life is the first, or the last time you will hear something presented at a normal troop court of honor, and it's the most important rank before Eagle. So Lars, can you tell you about that rank?
To be a Life Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. Participate in scouting by being active in my troop and my patrol for 6 months while a Star Scout. Learn advanced skills by earning an additional 5 merit badges, including 3 more from the list required for Eagle, so that I had a total of 11 in all. A typical 5 merit badges for someone progressing in life to earn might be camping, first aid, citizenship in the nation, computers, and golf. Use the EDGE method to teach the younger scout several of his requirements. Show community service by participating in another service project for at least 6 hours while a Star Scout. Demonstrate leadership by serving the troop for 6 months in an improved leadership position such as assistant senior patrol leader, scribe, quartermaster, or patrol leader.
Thanks, Lars. Another excellent job. Our Eagle Scout representative is Nate Rosa, who will tell you about that rank. He received the Eagle rank last year.
To become an Eagle Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. Participate in scouting by being active in the troop and my patrol for 6 months while a Life Scout. Learn advanced abilities by earning an additional 10 merit badges, including the remaining 6 from the list required for Eagle, so that I had a total of 21 merit badges in all. A typical 10 merit badges for someone completing his Eagle rank might be citizenship in the world, communications, personal fitness, personal management, engineering, model design and building, cooking, environmental science, small boat sailing, and atomic energy. Provide service to the community by planning, developing, and giving leadership to others in a service project helpful to a religious institution, a school, or our community. Other scouts from the troop provide a source of helpers for the project, which typically totals in about 200 hours of effort. And demonstrate leadership by serving the troop for 6 months in an approved leadership position, such as an assistant season patrol leader, scribe, quartermaster, or patrol leader.
Thanks, Nate. Again, well done. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you is the Trail to Eagle, as represented by Troop 542 Scouts. And behind them are three excellent, outstanding young men who have traversed that long trail and reached their goal of Eagle Scout. I now invite you to come forward and take photos. Please scoot together, guys. All right, now can we have the Trail to Eagle Scouts please sit down? So we have the three Eagle Scouts. Thank you.
At this time, many of us would say that this is the best part of the ceremony. We get to see all these guys when they were just little guys, 10, 11 years old when they were, before they took what they look like now. So, at this time, those who are up front, if you'd like to take a seat down here so we can watch the video presentation. And as soon as that is over, we'll start with our second half of the ceremony.
Charlie joined Troop 542 in September of 2011 and quickly became active in his shark patrol. After attending several campouts throughout the fall, he earned his Boy Scout and Tenderfoot ranks in December of 2011. In March of 2012, Raymond joined the troop, and both boys enjoyed a van trip to Baltimore, the gourmet cooking competition at Susquehanna State Park, and finally earned rank advancement at the June campfire, with Raymond earning Boy Scout and Charlie making it all the way to first class. In September, Charlie got his first taste of backpacking on the Appalachian Trail, and then both boys joined us for a camporee at Camp Park and tested their survival skills with a survival-themed camporee. As 2012 came to a close, Charlie was becoming a regular at our Eagle ceremonies. Here he's pictured with Greg Fry and Tom Mulvey, representing first class rank. A little younger than the other two boys, Jason crossed over from Pack 410 in the spring of 2013. He quickly became very active on our alleys, and you'll see him at the gourmet cooking competition at French Creek State Park, and then a few pictures of Charlie and Jason at summer camp that year at Resca Falls. While at camp, Jason practiced his skills at rifle and climbing wall, while Charlie caught the biggest fish we've ever seen at Lake Live. Through the fall of 2013, you'll see Charlie on the Appalachian Trail in New Jersey, Troop 542 Olympics at Elk Neck State Park, and finally the ruminating competition at Hawk Mountain, with Charlie and Raymond working hard for their patrols. After a snowy January gold rush, both Jason and Charlie joined us for a carnival-themed camping trip at Camp Horseshoe, and then reached rank advancement in March at the troop dinner, with Charlie earning his star rank and Jason earning his second class. Following a cold van trip to Gettysburg in March, Jason represented Troop 542 at Pack 410's bridging ceremony. Then Charlie and Jason joined us for a road trip at Parton State Park in New Jersey, one of Troop 542's favorite. 542 now coming to a close, Jason earned his first class rank in June of 2014. Charlie, being one of the older members of the troop now, participated at the Summit Vector Reserve in 2014, our first trip there to the high adventure race. Once again, you'll see Charlie with a successful fishing expedition at Reston Falls, followed by both Jason and Charlie joining us for a September backpacking trip on the Appalachian Trail. In the fall, Charlie and Raymond, now both in the Cougar Patrol, helped lead the patrol in the Scouting for Food drive and construction project. While Jason earned his star rank in December of 2014, Charlie and Raymond headed on to Battleship, New Jersey. Although the January gold rush in 2015 brought some great winter weather, Charlie decided to take on the cold by attending the Northern Tier in the middle of January up in northern Minnesota. Through the spring, the boys got the opportunity to visit the nation's capital, practice their math and compass skills at Bass River State Park with an orienteering competition, and show off their cooking skills at Hickory Run State Park with a cooking competition. As the boys grew, so did their leadership responsibilities. Charlie became the patrol leader for the Cougar Patrol, and Raymond and Jason became assistant scribes to help with our advancement and record keeping. Following a backpacking trip on the Appalachian Trail in September of 2015, Raymond joined us for our leadership skills training. Charlie made his life rank in November, along with Jason. And finally, Charlie earned his God and Church Award in November of that same year. Charlie and Raymond were practicing for the Philmont expedition coming up later that year. Then in March, all three boys joined us for the Mystic Seaport trip, the first time Troop 542 headed to New England in many years. Charlie and Raymond entertained us at the troop dinner, and then Jason practiced his sack racing skills at the Troop Olympics at Hawk Mountain. I'm sure a highlight to all three scouting careers, Raymond, Charlie, and Jason joined us in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains of northern New Mexico at Philmont Scout Ranch. 542 had the honor of being part of the Color Guard at a September temporary. And then went out for a backpacking trip on the Appalachian Trail in the same month. Following a great showing at Scouting Company during Marathon and the Eagle Patrol, Charlie joined us at Pennsbury Manor in December to wrap up the 2016 year. Never one to let the cold slow us down, Troop 542 created a mousetrap car racing competition at Camp Horseshoe. In March, Jason got the opportunity to help cross over his brother Kyle from Pac 410. Raymond and Charlie attended our leadership training course, and all three boys joined us for our first ever rock climbing themed camping trip at French Creek State Park with climbing at Birdsville Quarry. Now experienced key leaders in the troop, Jason, Charlie, and Raymond joined us on the Shenandoah bus trip. We visited Loretta Caverns, took a hike along the Skyline Drive on the Appalachian Trail, and then checked out the historic Harper's Ferry. Following a time of international friendship at our 50th anniversary version of Olympia Scope, all three boys came with us on a wet and wild canoe trip down the Delaware River. In July of 2017, Jason had the opportunity to attend the National Scouting Jamboree at Summit Spectral Reserve in West Virginia. Rescue Falls allowed Jason and Charlie to practice their skills as patrol leader and troop guide, and Raymond as assistant senior patrol leader for the troop. Through the fall of 2017, we'll see a hugely successful construction competition, collecting thousands of cans of food for the needy in the area, and a cold cabin camping trip at Camp Rodney. An exciting troop carnival at Hawk Mountain Scout Reservation kicked off our 2018 camping season. Wrapping up their final year in the Scouting program, Raymond and Charlie joined us for Scout Sunday, with Raymond in the Scout Corps. Jason took the opportunity in March to attend the first ever bus trip to New York City, and then represented the life ring for James and Skylar at their Eagle ceremony. During the warm spring months, Charlie and Raymond were wrapping up their final requirements for the Eagle rank. while Jason worked with his patrol at Susquehannock State Park in the gourmet cooking competition, Lehigh River raft trip, and finally, sea base in the Florida Keys. Charlie finished all of his requirements and passed his board in June of 2018, while Raymond was just the following month in July, and Jason finished up in March of this year, 2019. While backpacks, mountains, sailboats, and pelicans are all part of the scouting adventure, it's the friendships, leadership skills, and moral character that will guide Charlie, Raymond, and Jason into many years to come. Congratulations, guys.
What we'd like to do at our ceremonies is to have someone speak who knows the Eagle Scouts fairly well and tells us a little bit about themselves outside of scouting, because we see them during our scouting program. Chair of the China Grace Christian Church Deacon Board, Dashi.
Thank you, Ed. So yeah, as I say, I'm to know Charlie from China Grace Church, and I've been there forever. So I knew Charlie since he was 2 years old. So when the family moved to the area, so they came to our church. So I come to know Charlie, and also he's living right next to my house. So he's our neighbors. So it's like 2 houses down, and we live together in the same neighborhood for quite a long time. So the 2-year-old of the pretty young age of Charlie is a very, how to say it, it's a very energetic. Very smart, okay, as most of the Chinese boys are very smart, very energetic, and hardly to control himself. Always running, always up and down, and the attention span probably is 5 seconds. What's next? What's next? What's going on? And he's not alone. We have a couple of the boys like this went through this troop, went to the Eagle Scout, and one of them, I don't remember which one, I'm not going to say which one. And at church we have the piano in the hallway. One of them up to the piano, I mean literally up to the piano, step on the keyboard, play the piano. I'm not sure it's you, okay? So that's how energetic that group of kids are. And they are very, very energetic, very fast, quick, and give a lot of trouble ahead to all the Sunday school teachers, you can imagine, right? And however, they are very good. They are very into what was taught in the Sunday school. So they always ask, I mean, especially in Charlie's case, he always asks the good questions, very quick questions. And also challenging questions regarding our faith, regarding our Jesus Christ, and regarding the Bible. So that was very encouraging to see young Charlie, and he is always very into the Sunday school teaching materials. And when he grew older, and his faith in Christ also grew deeper. So that was very nice. And when he was a preteen and a teenage ages, and so he got involved with a lot of church youth activity. And 2 or 3 years ago, the youth pastor left us, so I was appointed to be the interim youth director. And so I'm like a leaders. I don't have any training in the youth, the ministry. So I stepped in, and actually Charlie gave me a lot of help. And so to support me and encourage me. And as you can see, I had a full-time job. So the youth ministry, that thing was my spare time second job, full-time second job. So Charlie was just by using the very simple words, right? So I said, thank you, Dashi Susu, in Chinese, like Uncle Dashi. So thank you, how are you doing? How can I help you? Or good job. So all those very simple words means a lot to me. And that was very, very good. And for that, thank you, Charlie. And so that also showed Charlie the genuine caring and loving hearts to me and also to the youth ministry. So that was very nice to see that. Not only Charlie showed genuine caring and loving heart towards Christ and care about others. But also he demonstrated very strong leadership in the church ministry. So he did a lot of youth activities, as you see in the video in the statute. So he really helped the youth ministry, did a lot of activities as late as last night. So he actually hosted and lead the China Grace 2019 graduation party. So I think we have about 70 people come to his parents' house. So he actually lead the whole co-lead the whole process, the whole party. You can see it's a lot of involvement, a lot of planning and organizing. So they have a very nice skit and also a very nice game. And then they also went back to the China Greece, the youth ministry alumni to ask for their advice, to show a very nice video clip for all of them. So that was very nice, a very wonderful and a fantastic job done. So in short, Charlie, congratulations, and they will deserve the award. I'm very proud of you, and God bless you. Thank you.
I'm speaking on behalf of Raymond is Jasmine Bell, Toastmaster mentor and family friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, that includes all the scouts, parents, staff, and other friends. It's a very happy occasion, happy crowd. We're here to celebrate the induction of 3 great young men rising to the rank of Eagle Scout. When I was asked to prepare a speech for Raymond, I started losing sleep. I couldn't sleep, and finally I figured out what was wrong. It's because I was of the wrong gender. Look at this. And since I never had to memorize the Scouts Law, I had trouble thinking, how am I going to give a speech mentioning all these merits? Finally, I figured out the right way. I paused my draft. I'm going to speak from my heart. I know Raymond through many years of regular contacts when he came to my house twice a month on Saturday afternoons to join the group of young men and women learning to do public speaking and also to socialize with each other. We had a lot of fun. And in addition to that, I sometimes join the family, his family, on outing start, had plenty of opportunities to observe him. The way he behaved, the way he interacted with peers and elderly, I was impressed. So when our self-governed group, our chairperson left the group to go to college, we held an election to choose the next leader, and I was hoping that Raymond would get elected, and sure enough, he was very popular with the kids in the group, so he became our leader. And he had to do a lot of things, including choosing the topic of speech for the next meeting, including keeping sometimes very rambunctious and very unruly kids in order. He did a very good job. Okay. And I have to say, when I thought about Raymond's trying to match him with the Boy Scout laws, there are 12, and no way I can remember all 12. But I was able to match it with 11 of them. So there is one that I was not able to, which is obedience. It's not because he is not obedient. It's because from our culture, being obedient may not be too good a thing because we always obey everybody. So we never try to emphasize that. So basically, he showed just about everything that I'm hoping for in all young people. I have 2 kids of my own, 2 boys, and they were Boy Scouts when they were young. You know, most of you probably are parents, and parents like to think their own kids are the best, right? And I normally do. But when I thought about Raymond, I have to say he got my kids beat. My kids never reached the rank of Eagle Scout. So based on that, I know he'll go far and he'll have a very successful life in the future. And I'm sure that's what we all wish for this great family. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. And finally, speaking for Jason is Mike Doherty, Uncle of Jason, and an Eagle Scout.
Good evening, everyone. So I was truly honored when Jason asked me to speak on his behalf as an Eagle Scout. As an Eagle Scout myself, and Jason being a 3rd generation Eagle Scout, my father, Bruce, also being an Eagle Scout, it was truly an honor to be here to speak on his behalf. I remember when Jason first joined Scouts, and I thought, you know what, he was doing a lot of different things, and he came and said he wanted to be a Cub Scout, and he told his mom and dad that he wanted to be a Cub Scout. So it was a really good thing for him to look at and do. I've watched Jason from a young boy become a man, and as a young man, and really learn a lot through the scouting program. And I've watched myself and watched what Jason learned through that program, especially when you think about leadership and what Jason's done and be able to get up in front of groups and speak. I mean, things that will take you very far in life, things that Jason learned through his leadership abilities as a patrol leader early on in his scouting career, also as a scribe. And then the other piece that I think is really important when you think about Jason's path, that I think a lot of you should look at it also, is the amount of different places that Jason's been able to go. I mean, a lot of you in this room, and we talk a lot about Philmont and other high adventure bases, through the scouting program, what Jason's been able to do, and the places Jason's been able to go at a young age, is truly impressive. And if you look at both Jason, Charlie, and Raymond as well, I mean, they've all got a chance to do some really amazing things through that process, which is really amazing. And ultimately, when you think about the leadership and places that Jason's been able to go through, and I'm sure this will continue for him throughout his life, really is that the scouting program provides that. When you look at the scouting program and the whole Eagle Scout program overall, as I've looked at when I've turned my own life, and as Jason has progressed to this path, really you have to look at what you have to do to get there. And one thing you think about as a scout and then an Eagle Scout, everybody says to you, you know what, you need to be an Eagle Scout, it's going to take you far in life. And what does that really mean when you say, okay, what is it, becoming an Eagle Scout taking you far in life? What does it mean to you? I can tell you through my scouting career and also my professional career, it really does more than you think. I mean, you just hear that and it's somewhat noise when you think about it. Like when you're in Scouts and you go through and you have to decide to go to a meeting or not go to a meeting, or you're going to decide to finish that last merit badge. And Jason's point about taking required badges, I mean, those aren't the most fun badges you need to take. But ultimately, there's a reason why you go through that process and take those badges. But when you get to a point in life when, I mean, I run a consulting company, I do national travel, and when we get a resume of an Eagle Scout, it means something. When you go through a process and you actually think about what that means, and you know, as an Eagle Scout myself, you know what it took to get to that point, and it really is important. And one point that Charlie made when he said what he passed on to the Scouts, I think really resonated, which I'm going to repeat about, leaving this troop better than it was. I'll up the challenge a little bit. Leave this world better than it is. I mean, everyone in this room that's in Scouts, that each of you have the ability to give back to your community, whether that's through the scouting program in the leadership world, whether that's in a religious organization, whether that's in a business world. Every one of you has the traits and what you learned in scouting to go through that process, and it really does mean a lot when you go out there and to give back. And I myself don't have a lot of time. I travel a lot, and I'm still involved with the PAC 410 committee from Cub Scouts. I joined that and moved my registration to that PAC once Jason and Kyle joined. But I would challenge each of you in this room to make sure you finish. I mean, I can't tell you how many people that I know that were in scouting in the business world would say, I made it to life and I didn't make it all the way to Eagle. And you have that little bit of time, especially in the last couple of years of high school, and you're deciding, are you going to go out with your friends, or are you going to go finish that last piece of rank advancement, or are you going to go work through that process? And it really will mean a lot to you later. It may not seem like a lot now, but it will mean a lot later in life. One of the persons I'd like to acknowledge is Nick Zala, who's in the back of the room here. So Nick served on Nick's back there. Nick was on my Eagle Board of Review in 1985, and also was the leader in Jason's Board of Review. So I want to thank Nick on behalf of all the scouts in this room and all the scouts over the last number of years that he's worked to help through the process. Thank you, Nick. And in closing, again, Jason, both the Sergio family and the Dory family are very excited to make this. Congratulations. It's a lot of hard work, and we hope you continue doing well in the future and give back to this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. If the speakers would like to take a seat down front so they can watch the next part of the ceremony. At this time, the presentation of our awards. So I ask John, actually I'll ask Charlie first. Please escort your parents to the front. And John and Stu are going to present the awards. Thanks, Charlie. And Jason, please escort your parents.
Well, this is certainly a great occasion for me. One of my favorite moments favorite opportunities, privileges that I have being Scout Master of the Troop to be able to award an Eagle rank to all three of these guys. And so up first we've got Charlie. I'm going to hand this to his mother here to go ahead and pin down. There you go. And as we know that Scouts oftentimes get a lot of support from home, we do have a couple of things. First, we have a rose for Mom. And finally, we have a pin for your dad. And on behalf of the Troop Committee, a trophy here for Charlie, and this reads Charlie L. Cheng, Troop 542, achieved rank of Eagle Scout, and the printing date of the District Board of Review on here, and so it says June 14, 2018. Congratulations. And up next we have Raymond. So we're going to go ahead and pass the pin. trophy as well for Raymond, and this reads Raymond D. Zhao, Troop 542, achieved rank of Eagle Scout, July 24, 2018. And finally, we have Jason Sergio, and so we have the Eagle pin here. And finally, we have a trophy for Jason that reads Jason R. Sergio, Troop 542, achieved rank of Eagle Scout, March 20, 2019.
I'm so sorry. All right. Take that, Mom. Come over here. Charlie, please escort. And Jason, escort your parents back to the seat. Thank you. And then come back up. I was just waiting for the pictures to be done. But you did good.
All right, and Boy Scouts of America also have one final program for all Eagle Scouts, or an additional honor that the Eagle Scouts themselves actually choose who they would like to bestow this on. And this is a pin called the Eagle Scout Mentor. It's a gold pin that the mentors receive. And this is for the Scouts to choose somebody that they feel has given them a lot of help and guidance along the way during their walk towards Eagle Scout. Up until this moment, this decision has been kept a surprise. And so I'm going to hand this to Charlie. And first he will announce who it is that he'd like to give this to, and then he can go ahead and award it to them for today.
I'd like to award this award to my mother for always supporting me on my journey to becoming an Eagle.
Up next, we have Raymond. Let us know who you would like to give that to.
Yep, so for always guiding me, giving me encouragement, I'd like to give this to Mr. George Harris.
And our last Eagle Scout, Jason Sergio, let us know who you would like to give.
So for helping me along the trail, Eagle, I would like to give this to my grandfather from Florida.
So we have a couple more troop traditions. At this time, I would like to ask Eagle Scout Charlie Chang, please unveil his name on our Eagle Scout roster board, and then move your name from the life rank to the Eagle rank. You'll notice that Charlie is the last name on the second board, and Raymond and Jason will be the first two in our third board. This represents well over 150 Eagle Scouts in our troop over the last 50 plus years. And as you can can see, we have a lot more to go, so we're hoping to fill up, and have a seat up there. We're also hoping to fill up about half of that board in the next few years. Okay, Raymond, could you please unveil your name and then move your name from the life rank to the Eagle rank and have a seat up here. And before I ask Jason to do that, we have another special presentation for Jason.
Jason, in recognition of your ridiculously long merit badge sash, 71 merit badges, we have here, 10, yes, that would be a total of 10 palms that we would like to award to you. And just for our paperwork reasoning, I'm going to go ahead and award these one at a time to you, Jason. Because that's how you turn in all your paperwork to me, with one at a time. Here's the first one.
About a year ago, when they changed the requirement, that you had to wait 3 months to earn one palm. So since most of the boys are 17, 8, or some even aged out, or 16 before they become an Eagle Scout, 3 palms was pretty unusual, but to get 10 is historic. And he can't fit them all in his medal, so I'm not sure where they wear them. We'll have to check with Arlen and see where do you wear all those palms since they don't fit on the badge, because they would put them on the badge when they earned it. This is pretty quite an accomplishment. It's really an accomplishment. Kyle, I heard you're going to do 72 or more, right? And just for the record, also for the camera, the record in our troop is over 100 by one scout. So all you guys can still do that. Anyway, so please remove your name, the second spot on the new board, and move your name from the life rank to the Eagle rank. And have a seat up here. And I'm going to reintroduce John to give his challenge.
Appreciate it. All right, so I promise we are coming down towards the end of this ceremony because I know the cupcakes and drinks are waiting for us down there. But before we move on from here, I do want to just say a few words here to these guys in the Scoutmaster Challenge. So first of all, congratulations. Those medals are well deserved, and they certainly fit that uniform well for each of you guys. So well done. You earned those Eagle Scout rank medals through hard work and determination. And you formed a lot of good memories in the process. So I'd like to take just a few moments for us to think back through the years of the journey that got you up to this point. And the video may have helped kind of spur on your memory a little bit of some of those great times with friends and leaders, many of whom are sitting here today. So I'm going to ask us today to think about what prepared you for this day. Each of you had the opportunity to make a choice other than scouting at some point in your life. And true, parents sometimes kind of persuade us early on to make the right choice. However, over the years, I've gotten to know these 3 Eagle Scouts well enough to say that each of them made their own purposeful decision to achieve this honor. You've decided that commitment to an ideal is more important than perhaps time in another school club, or maybe some time with non-Scout friends as well. But because Scouting is not simply an after-school club or an outdoor adventure club, we only use the outdoors as a classroom and a playground. But the skills there that we learn are only a method to an end. In the coming years, it may be cool to show off some of your firebending skills on a college camping trip, or maybe your paddling mastery on a local lake, or maybe even impress your significant other as a master chef using some of your cooking merit badge skills. But one of the things that can set you apart from the other skilled outdoorsmen and scholars that you meet and that you work with is the ability to be prepared. So prepared for what, you ask? Well, the short answer to that is prepared for anything. See, as scouts, we promise to do our duty to God, to other people, and to ourselves. But that requires us to be ready to take on the responsibilities that come with those duties as well. Sometimes preparedness is obvious, such as studying for a test, or packing the right gear for an outing. Sometimes it's a little bit harder, like practicing for a job interview that you don't know what the questions are going to be, or maybe heading to college with only a little understanding of what campus life is like. But in each of these situations, we can make educated guesses and gather a fair amount of information to help us determine how best to prepare. We can make lists, we can ask others who have gone through it before, and of course we can ask the all-knowing Google for help as well. And we can oftentimes glean some information and knowledge from our own past experiences to help guide us along the way. But what about the unknown? How do we prepare for that which we don't know is coming? A gift that we didn't expect, maybe a car accident that changes the life of someone we care for, or a death in the family of a close friend. And while we cannot practice or study for any of these things, we can prepare in our minds and our hearts. We can forgive those that have wronged us in the past so that we can build upon the future. We can steer away from distractions, like negative relationships, drugs, unnecessary stressful situations. And we can open our hearts to opportunities to care for others and build relationships that go beyond just skin deep. But I urge you, especially the three of you guys up here, I urge you, don't wait. Don't be the one to say, I'll prepare later. Now is the time to prepare. Now is the time to say that I will improve myself so I can be prepared to help others at all times. None of us here today knows what tomorrow will bring, but we should know that we can be ready for that tomorrow. Robert Baden-Powell, one of the founders of Scouting, is noted to have said, a scout is never taken by surprise. He knows exactly what to do when anything unexpected happens. So Charlie, Jason, and Raymond, as Eagle Scouts, you and I have committed to a life of striving for better, of being better prepared for the unknown, prepared to keep ourselves healthy, aware, and strong in body and in mind, prepared to build strong relationships with other people that can then allow us to effect a positive change in their lives, and prepared to search for meaning and truth in life that can only be found by looking outside our own hearts and minds. And while I direct this challenge to the three Eagle Scouts sitting right up here that have already shown a commitment of acceptance to this challenge, I believe that each of us can consider our own level of being prepared for what may come. And so I'm extremely proud to be one of the first to be able to congratulate you on this achievement and welcome you to the Worldwide Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts. Congratulations.
John's challenge, Charlie, I'm sure, has been working on this for weeks leading up to this. His response.
Hello, Mr. Schultz, and those out here tonight. I accept your challenge to live by the Scout oath and law. It's incredibly important to do so. After all, why do people put being an Eagle on their resume? They put it because it shows they have character. The public trust of being an Eagle has been built over generations of amplified character. Without following the Scout oath and law, Eagles aren't much. But they do promise to follow the oath and law and follow through. It's my duty to exempt all of these traits, even as I change my red neckerchief for a tie and advance to my career. I want people to respect me, not for my accolades, but for the qualities that I display. Like the previous Eagles, I want people to associate the quality cherished by Scouting with me. I want to reaffirm the public trust that an Eagle does show these characters. Like the previous generation did for society, I want to influence the people around me by setting a good example. As I accept it, will it be too bitter of a medicine to swallow? Living the life like an eagle is hard, but living through the Scout law means living with principles. By honoring the Scout oath, it means living each day with a hopeful promise to place on your honor that you will do your best. With principle and hope, a life despite its challenges is worthwhile. So I challenge the Scouts who haven't become Eagles yet. Try. Try to live by the Scout law and oath. Try to learn as much as you can through the Eagle Project and merit badges. Try to take as much as you can through Boy Scouts. Because as you look around, you'll see many adult leaders and people who dedicate themselves to teaching and guiding you along your life. It is a reminder that they chose to invest their time and effort to you. They didn't do this for no reason. Collectively, they all hope to do great things. In Scouting, we choose to guide you through minor challenges so you can take on greater ones. Challenges as our future does seem to be unsettled with new challenges, ranging from environmental challenges to our duty to change the rules on imprisonment. It requires people who live lives with values to guide us. Luckily, a new group of thoughtful Eagles emerges to take this lead. I hope many of you younger Scouts sitting here tonight take on that glorious burden.
Hello everyone. When I first joined Scouting 7 years ago, I had little idea of what an impact the organization would make upon me. For reference, my initial notion of what the Boy Scouts of America was largely sourced from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which, with the benefit of hindsight, I can confirm to be largely unreliable. The adventure of the Eagle was one of self-discovery, and the funny thing with that term is that you have little to no control of where you start out and where you wind up. The bizarre and awkward metamorphosis from my timid middle school self to my present-day hybrid incarnation of stoicism and badly timed jokes is as strange a path as any. How all the little things that need to happen in order to get there to today is still one of the most confounding things that leading scholars have to find out. I'm talking about chaos theory. As I realized, with the cruise 627H1 at Belmont, where we hiked over 100 miles, you do not realize how far you've gone until you pause and take a look back. To the more youthful audience in this room, I would like to offer one small paragraph of advice. Expectations, aspirations, and vision are all great qualities to have and to be fostered by your friends, family, and mentors. But if there's anything you should hold tightly to yourself, regardless of how chaotic, messy, and turbulent this life of ours is, that is to hold on to the values that resonate within you. The Scout Law offers 12 excellent qualities to aspire towards, and over time you'll nevertheless add more to that growing list. And as you reach for those requirements and merit badges, for that job or career path, for those pledges and leaps of faith, bear in mind that the journey for self-reflection and truth never stops. It is a moving target, and the capture for perfection is something you can chase but never will catch. Much like a dog chasing cars, if by some miraculous chance you do manage to catch it, confusion will over what happens next is sure to repeat the cycle. So rather than react with frustration, find rapture and happiness in the process. Grasp those goals and go further beyond. I'd like to close my speech with a poem of my own making, a sonnet, if you will. As I stand before the audience, my thoughts begin to settle. Achievements of the past seem more trivial than past before. In the past 2 months, I have just walked through falling cherry petals. In the last 7, I have packed up my flattened drawer. But despite changes in location, thought, and destination, some values imprinted upon me by Scouting remain all the same. The belief to do one's best for their faith, friends, family, and nation, it makes one's most darkest moments seem tame. This world of ours is by no means perfect or just, as is plagued by scarcity, unfinished dreams, and personal growth. Yet still I'll lend to others my own loyalty and trust. Furthermore, my honest commitment to this oath, to give more to those they gave in times past, so that promise and effort will continue to last. Thank you.
Proved you well. That's very nice. And finally, Jason, hearts and words on this.
I personally believe that Scouting has changed me, not because of how long I've been a Scout, but because how much time I've devoted towards Scouting and my trail to Eagle. When I was young and crossed over to Troop 542, I immediately became invested in the program and what Scouting had to offer. Even then, I still didn't know, however, how much Scouting would end up changing my life. Ultimately, the things I've done in Scouting were memorable and worth the amount of time I put into them. In addition to the times I've shared with friends, I've also learned a lot of important skills. But I think the most important thing about this was I needed to put in extra work to learn these skills. Without becoming a patrol leader or a scribe, and without going on high adventure trips, I wouldn't be the same person I am today. Even through the merit badge system, I found badges that have changed me and helped me become a better leader. I've incorporated so many skills from merit badges, leadership positions, and camping into other parts of my life that it would take me the rest of the night to list them all. I find that due to all the time I spent in scouting, I've become a better person as a result. That is why I encourage every scout in this room to try and spend as much time as you can earning merit badges and going on camping trips, because there is more to scouting than just advancing in rank. You could even find something interesting you might want to look more into later. After completing over 70 merit badges, I can say with certainty that I've never taken a merit badge that I've regretted, because although it might not be the skills as much as those learned in badges like communications or cooking, I still enjoyed learning what the badge was about. Plus, you never know what you might get out of the experience. I took engineering merit badge back when I was in middle school, without even knowing what exactly an engineer was, and now I intend to major in engineering in college. Scouting is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that changed me for the better, and that is why I encourage scouts to take some interesting merit badges or attend high adventure trips, because ultimately, you never know what you will get out of it, and it might change you as much as it is changing me.
Like to tell everyone that on this table up here to my left, there's a lot of commendations. There are books with lots of letters from many people around the country and the world congratulating our Eagle Scouts. So when we have our honor, Eagle Scout honor night and come up and congratulate the boys, please take time to look at some of these awards. At this time, I'd like to ask our Eagle Scout Nate Rusick to come forward.
I would like to ask all Eagle Scouts present to please rise and join me in the Eagle Scout Pledge. Scouts up. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to apply Scouting's values so that I can be an example of a responsible, participating citizen and leader, strengthen my relationships with other people, and make my status and influence as an Eagle Scout strongly for better scouting and better citizenship in my troop and community. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. I'd like to reintroduce Amos Wong, who will give us our benediction. Amos is the pastor of the China Grace Christian Church.
Shall we stand? I pray. Almighty Father, Master of heaven and earth, we thank you this day for your mercy and providence which has brought us to this moment. Thank you, gracious Lord, for the witness we have seen on display here today in the lives of this outstanding young man, and for the life that live in their example. Help us, Father, to learn from their commitment to service, citizenship, and character. We ask today for your blessing upon these Eagle Scouts as they continue to serve you, serve this nation, and our community. Father, keep them in your divine care. Make your face to shine upon them. Be gracious to them and give them peace. And now to He who came among us in flesh, was vindicated by the Spirit, ascended into glory, and is now preached among the nations, Jesus, the rising Christ, be all glory and honor forever and ever. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Would the three new Eagle Scouts please take their place at the Eagle Honor Line? And our final tradition at this ceremony is that Eagle Scouts in the audience please come forward first to congratulate our Eagle Scouts. After all the Eagle Scouts, all the people who have gone through our Eagle Scouts, congratulate the Eagle Scouts. The rest of the